Thank you for listening to this podcast from TRE, Talk Radio Europe, your voice in Spain and around the world. For more information, please visit tre.radio.
The Director's Cut
with Allan T.
Welcome once again to another edition of The Director's Cut. My name is Allan T, and I hope you can enjoy the next hour of great music from a film called Grosse Point Blank. This is a 1997 American black comedy film. It's directed by George Armitage, and the screenplay was written by Tom Yankovic, D.V. DeFacentis, Steve Pink, and John Cusack. Well, it stars Cusack, Minnie Driver, Alan Arkin, and Dan Aykroyd, along with most of John's family, Sister Joan as his PA, and Cusack as Debbie, Minnie Driver's friend, and Bill Cusack as a waiter in the high school reunion, non-speaking. Well, the movie follows the story of assassin Martin Q. Blank, played by Cusack, who returns to his titular hometown to attend a high school reunion. The film score was composed by Joe Strummer, former member of the punk rock band The Clash. Well, the soundtrack contains a number of popular and alternative punk rock, ska, and new wave songs, which feature in today's Director's Cut. Let's have a listen to the trailer.
How do you feel?
I'm feeling uneasy, man.
Well, look, Martin, I don't want to suggest anything that might be uncomfortable for you, but you might just consider the possibility that part of your problem, part of the thing that's making you so miserable is the angst over killing a lot of people.
I got invited to my 10-year high school reunion. What am I going to say? Killed the president of Paraguay with a fork. How have you been?
Get out of town. Visit with what's her name?
Debbie.
Go see some old friends. Have some punch. Don't kill anybody for a few days. See what it feels like.
I'll give it a shot.
Don't give it a shot. Don't shoot anything.
Under blue moon, I saw you.
How long has it been? 10 years?
Since you stood me up on prom night and vanished without a word?
Yeah.
Man, where have you been for 10 years?
I freaked out. I joined the Army. I'm a professional killer.
Oh, do you have to do postgraduate work for that, or can you jump right in?
Kid, I'm putting together a little concern.
What, like a union?
More like a club. Work less, make more.
I don't want to join your goddamn union, all right?
Okay, but we're not going to let you do your little job here. We're going to do it for you. And after we do your job, we're going to do another little job.
Is it getting to you?
This is me breathing. I've lost my taste for it completely. That's why I came back.
You know what you need?
What?
Shakabuku. It's the swift spiritual kick to the head that alters your reality.
Debbie, I'm in love with you. I know we can make this relationship work. This union, is there going to be meetings? Of course! No meetings.
There you go. That is the trailer for the film. It's called Grosse Point Blank. And the opening sequence of the movie features this track by Violent Femmes called Blister in the Sun, which also plays out the movie.
I don't even know why. My girlfriend, she's at the end. She is starting to cry. Let me go on, like I blister in the sun. Let me go on. Big hands, I know you're the as a kite, I just might stop to check you out. And then when I'm walking, I stop, and I'm so strung out. And I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check you out. Body and beats, I stain my sheets. I don't even know why. My girlfriend, she's at the end. She is starting to cry when I'm walking. Stop, and I'm so strung out. I'm high as a kite. I just might stop to check you out. Let me go on like I blister in the sun. Let me go on. Big hands, I know you're the
The Violet Femmes, and that is called Blister in the Sun, and it's quite strangely enough, you're actually probably going to hear a little bit of that next week because it's also featured in my next edition of Director's Cut. Anyway, the plot for Grosse Point Blank, as professional assassin Martin Blank prepares for a job, the assistant, Marcello, played by his sister Joan Cusack, informs him that he has received an invitation to his 10-year high school reunion. A rival assassin, Grosse, played by Dan Aykroyd, approaches him about joining his fledgling union, which Martin refuses, preferring to work alone. Well, Martin's job goes badly when he's forced to shoot the target, even though the assignment was to make it appear the target died of natural causes. Well, his client demands that he make amends by killing a federal witness in Detroit, Michigan, close to his hometown of Grosse Point, where the union is taking place. This is Big Boss Man from Jimmy Reed.
Big boss man, can't you hear me when I call? Big boss man, can't you hear me when I call? Well, you ain't so big, you just told us all. Got me waking, boss man, waking around the clock. I want a little drink of water, but you won't let Jimmy start. Big boss man, can't you hear me when I call? Well, you ain't so big, you just told us all. How long gonna get me on boss man? One wanna treat me right, work hard in the daytime, rest easy at night. Big boss man, can't you hear me when I call? Well, you ain't so big, you just all as all.
Cure and In Between Days as plays in Grosse Point as Martin reconnects with his childhood friend Paul and high school sweetheart Debbie Newbury, now a radio DJ whom Martin had abandoned on prom night to enlist in the army. Well, Martin is stalked by Felix Lapoubelle, another hitman who attempts to kill Martin. He's also followed by 2 National Security Agency agents who were tipped off to Martin's contract by Grosse. Martin remains distracted by his desire to reconcile with Debbie and procrastinates in opening the dossier on his target. Well, Grosse reveals that Lapoubelle was hired by a wealthy dog owner whose prize retriever was killed in one of Martin's previous assignments. Martin reveals that he knows Grosse put the agents on his trail and again refuses to join the union. Well, there's a scene where he actually goes looking for his, his family home, and he's a bit surprised what he finds.
Mrs. King, you were young and your heart was an open book. You used to say, live and let live. But if this ever-changing world in which we live in makes you give in and cry, say live and let
That's David Christie's version of Live and Let Die. That is featured in the movie as he goes to find his family home. It's no longer there. It's now become an Ultramart convenience store, much to his surprise. Back in a moment.
Talk Radio Europe. TRE.
Allan T. on the director's cut.
Welcome back as we continue now with our film this week, which is called Grosse Point Blank. Well, Debbie is conflicted about her feelings for Martin, but he manages to persuade her to attend the reunion with him. Well, at the reunion, Martin and Debbie rekindle their relationship as they dance together intimately and sneak off to have sex. Martin runs into Lapoubelle, whom he kills in self-defense, but Debbie stumbles upon the scene and flees the reunion in shock. This is Pete Townsend and Let My Love Open the Door. Townsend and Let My Love Open the Door. Well, Grosse Point Blank is one of the films that features in my top 10 of all time. I had visited Detroit back in the mid-80s and travelled to Grosse Point where a family member lived. So when I first saw the name, I thought, I'll find that movie, and I loved it. So I've seen it quite a few times. We continue now with The Beat, and this is Doors of Your Heart featuring Karen Davis.
I lose my head as the feeling starts to grow. You know I can feel love thumping at the doors of my heart. Feel love thump as it tears me apart. Feel love thump as the worrying starts. I can feel love thumping at the doors of my heart again. At the doors of my heart again. I can feel love thump, bump, bump. Bump, bump. Everybody needs someone they can cling to now and then. No more defense, no more pretense, no reasons for explaining. You can feel love thumping at the doors of your heart. Feel love thump as it tears you apart. Feel love thump as the worrying starts. You can feel love thumping at the doors of your heart again. At the doors of your heart again. You can feel love thump, bump, bump. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. This one, your unity rocker. Lord, stick him in your living room and turn off the light. Bet you wouldn't know if he was that guy. Wow. Say what's the use in fighting? Man I say you shouldn't really fight. Take him to a discotheque and take him to a pub. Take him to a blues and then you play him rubber-dub. Say you shouldn't really fight. Man say you shouldn't really fight. Each and every day I walk through the streets and I see man and man want kill each other. Because you are black and you are white. So what's the use in fighting? Boy, alright. Because it's strictly love and unity we are dealing today. And that we will never throw away. And we will never throw away. Lord, alright. I say that just because you're brown, you know you want like a crown. Just because you're white, you know you rock a little fight. Say what's the use in fighting? Oh, I say you shouldn't really fight. Every time it happens, seem to act a little tough. In this at least you're just like me. I think we think too much. Why can't we just feel love thumping at the doors of our hearts? Feel love thump as it tears us apart. Feel love thump as the worrying starts. I can feel love thumping at the doors of my heart again. At the doors of my heart again. I can feel love thump, bump, bump. Bump, bump. I can feel love thump, bump, bump. Bump, bump. So I said, at the doors of my heart again. At the doors of my
The Beat featuring Karen Davis, Doors of Your Heart. Well, Debbie confronts Martin in his hotel room. He reveals that when he joined the army, his psychological profile indicated more flexibility. That prompted the Central Intelligence Agency to recruit him as an assassin, after which he decided to go freelance. Well, Martin assures Debbie that he accepts only contracts on corrupt individuals. His efforts to rationalise his work anger Debbie, and she rejects his attempts at reconciliation. Here's Susie and the Banshees and Cities in the Dust.
Ignacio, like dying in the sand. A cigarette rose, clutched in a dying hand. And a woman wept, seeing all die. And a big black birds gathered in the sky. Mother of all the joys, mother of all the souls, and to see we're in tonight for all the bad tomorrows. The years went by, and then the killers came and took the man, marched them up ahead of plane. I looked at a faggot poet, let it till last. Where his brains are without a pistol over his ass. Mother of all the joys, mother of all the souls, and to see we're in tonight, we're all about tomorrows. Killers came to mutilate the dead, but ran away in terror to search the town instead. For look at his corpses he had prophesied, swept away. And the only sound was the women in the chapel praying. Mother of all the souls, and to see we're in tonight for all of our tomorrows.
Lorca's Novena from the Pogues. Well, Martin decides to retire from being a contract killer. There's spoilers coming out here, folks. He fires his psychiatrist, Oatman, played by Alan Arkin, over the phone, provides Marcella with a generous severance, and finally opens the dossier detailing the contract that brought him to Grosse Pointe. Well, he discovers the target is in fact Debbie's father, Bart, who is scheduled to testify against Martin's client. We continue now with more music. This is from The Eel, and this is Lucky Day in Hell.
Finally gave birth. Years go
listening to the music from the film Grosse Point Blank. And as I said to you, the music is very, very good indeed, and there's quite a lot of variety. This is Monkey Gone to Heaven from the Pixies.
There was a guy. An underwater guy who controlled the sea. Got killed by 10 million pounds of sludge from New York and New Jersey. There's a hole in the sky, and the ground's not cold. And if the ground's not cold, everything is gonna burn. Well, I'll take turns. I'll get mine too. This smoke is mine to heaven. This smoke is mine to heaven. This smoke is mine to heaven. The devil is six. Devil is six. And if the devil is six, then God is seven. And God is seven. And God is seven. This smoke is gone to heaven. This smoke is gone to heaven. This smoke is gone to heaven. This smoke is gone to heaven.
Talk Radio Europe. The director's cut on Talk Radio Europe.
you're doing, people tell you that it is wrong. Life gets rough, life gets tough. So tell me what you gonna do about it.
pressure and go drop it and go lick you in your soul. Well, if you can't hear them, you know you won't go feel. Pressure drop it and go lick you up and turn like a wheel.
Pressure's gonna drop on you. I say pressure's drop. Oh, pressure. Oh, yeah, pressure's gonna drop on you. I say when it drop, oh, you gotta feel it. All that you do is wrong. I said when it drop, yeah, you gotta feel it. All that you do is wrong. It is you. Pressure's gonna drop on you. I say pressure's drop. Oh, pressure. Oh, yeah, pressure's gonna drop on you. Pressure's drop. Oh, pressure. Pressure's gonna drop on you. Pressure's drop. Oh, pressure. Pressure's gonna drop on you. I say pressure. 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 Pressure's gonna drop on you. I say pressure. Pressure. Pressure's gonna drop on you. I say pressure, pressure, pressure.
That was taken with sound of the Specials there, and that is Pressure Drop. We continue now with this Matador. This is from Los Fabulosos Cadillacs from the movie Grosse Point Blank.
En el matador nace en barracas. Si hablamos de matar, mis palabras matan. No hace mucho tiempo que cayó el león Santillán, y ahora sé que en cualquier momento me la van a dar. ¿Dónde estás, matador? En el matador me están buscando. En una fría pensión los estoy esperando. Agazapado en lo más oscuro de mi habitación, fusil en mano, espero mi final. La cana te busca, matador. La cana te teme, matador. Viento de libertad, sangre combativa. En los bolsillos del pueblo la vieja herida. De pronto el día se me hace de noche, murmullos, corridas que golpeen la puerta. Llegó la fuerza policial. Mira, hermano, en que terminaste por pelear por un mundo mejor. Que suenan son balas.
barrios porteños. No tengo por qué tener miedo, mis palabras son balas, balas de paz, balas de justicia. Soy la voz de los que hicieron callar sin razón, por un solo hecho de pensar distinto. Ay Dios, Santa María de los Buenos Aires, si todo estuviera mejor. Si todo estuviera mejor. ¿A dónde vas, matador? Matador. Oh yeah.
Talk Radio Europe.
The Director's Cut.
With Allan T.
We're nearly at the end of our programme today. We continue in a moment as I bring you the conclusion of the plot. Well, Grosse decides to kill Bart himself to impress Martin's client and eliminate Martin as a competitor. Martin abandons the contract, saves Bart and takes him home. Grosse, his cohorts and the NSA agents descend upon the house. During the siege, Martin tells Debbie that he left her on prom night to protect her from his homicidal urges. However, having fallen in love with Debbie again, he has developed a newfound respect for life. Martin kills Grosse's henchmen and they both shoot the NSA agents when they burst onto the scene. Well, out of ammunition, Martin takes out Grosse with a TV set. Martin proposes to marriage to Debbie, who is too stunned by the killing spree to respond, though Debbie's father quips, "You have my blessing." Debbie and Martin leave Grosse Point together, with Martin visibly cheerful and Debbie confessing on her pre-recorded radio show that she's decided to give love another chance. Well, this particular track was playing when the prom, sorry, not the prom, but the reunion was taking place at the high school, all having a good old dance. This is called Tones on Tail by Go.
jump or get out of control. You put yourself down, you'll never get out of that hole. In your mind or your head, you'll never ever get old. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. the fears inside your head, 'cause your fears are doing nothing for you. Keep your head up, your mind up, you'll always come through. 'Cause living it up is a big deal, it's good for you. So you don't play thoughts of busy march, you can stand up too. Don't put yourself down, you'll never win, so let's all smash through. Through the fear of being real, through the fear of being really you. 'Cause living it up, it's a big kick, it's good for you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Living it up, it's a big kick, it's good for you. Living it up, it's a big kick, it's good for you. Living it up, it's a big kick, it's good for you.
You've been listening to music from the movie Grosse Point Blank here on the Director's Cut. My name is Allan T. My thanks as always to Maddie and also to Eamon for helping put the show together. We're going to go out with We Care a Lot from Faith No More. Have a great week. Take care. Join me next time, won't you? Bye for now.
About the necessary falling in the sea.
You've been listening to a TRE production. If you've enjoyed this program, there'll be another episode waiting for you next week, right here on this platform, where you can also access our extensive back catalogue of shows and interviews. For more information on our live programming, social media channels and apps, and how to contact Talk Radio Europe, please visit TRE.radio.